Here's a song with deep bluesy roots, but was able to keep the sound very mainstream, and it became a smash hit for Tracy Chapman. In this video, I want to break down some soloing tips for how to play over Give Me One Reason. Now, this song gets called all the time on cover gigs and at blues jams, so it's a great one to practice. Now, if you haven't seen the first video I posted breaking down the rhythm, you're gonna wanna check that out. It's really just a blues in the key of F sharp using 3 chords. The first lick we're gonna play sounds like this. All right, so this is a great chance to practice some vibrato. It's a simple line here. We slide in from the note C sharp up to D sharp on the 3rd string. That's 6 to 8. Then play F sharp on the 2nd string, 7th fret. Then go back to that D sharp. Then go up to A here. Pull off to F sharp. That's the 10th fret on the 2nd string. Pulling off to the 7th fret on the 2nd string. So 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a... Okay, so it starts on the and of 3. 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and then that's on beat 2. That pull off there, which again is like a classic. I mean, that could be Albert King. Or Clapton did that all the time as well. So 1E and 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a... Now whenever you're sitting on this F sharp note, you want to add some nice vibrato to it. Here it is, Over the Groove. All right, so that's the first lick. Now, if you've struggled to play bluesy phrases like this anywhere on the neck, then go to johnmcclennan.com/bluescales and get your hands on my free blues scale PDF guide. On it, I'm going to show you 5 of the easiest and fastest ways to get playing the blues scale anywhere on the neck. And this is going to tie right in with this lesson because the majority of these phrases come straight out of the blues scale. So go to johnmcclennan.com/bluescales and grab that now as my gift to you. The next lick sounds like this. All right, so this lick is a little trickier. We're moving from the F sharp chord to the B chord. Now it starts on the last bar of F sharp and we go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then we do this bend on the and of 4. So I'm sliding into the 8th fret here on the 3rd string. I'm going 8, 7, 8, and that's starting on beat 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and then that note there is a little staccato. Now this is based off something I talk a lot about in my blues guitar programs, the BB box in the key of F sharp. And this comes, again, straight out of that BB King school. So we're going to slide in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then on the and of 4 we bend that note C sharp up to D sharp there, which is the 9th fret up to 11 on the 1st string. Then natural, then switch strings to the 9th fret on the 2nd string. And that's a little bluesy bend there to natural and then 7. So you'll notice a blend of bigger bends, smaller bends. You get that nice contrast. Again, Adam Levy is a master at phrasing. And, you know, even though this isn't a million notes, it's incredibly difficult to do and get it to sound right. So, and then, okay, so now another variation here, and B.B. King would do this all the time, is depending upon, you know, what chord he was playing over, he would bend specific notes. So now instead of bending 9 like we were just doing, then he goes up to 10 there on the second string, and then 7, 9 on the first string, and then again up and down there back to the 9th fret on the second string. Pull off to 7. Okay, so then when you do this pull off, then you play quick there. Another B.B. King thing. This is 8 on the third string, 7 on the second string, then slide into 11 on the third string. So that's the same note. That's the note F sharp. That's the note F sharp. So see how it's the same note? Then he does a pull off to the note E there on the third string, 9th fret, then ends on that 10th fret of the second string with a slight blues bend. So here it is all together. All right, lick number 3 uses some really cool double stops. And I first learned this kind of playing from Kenny Burrell, you know, when he showed me how to go and play licks like that. Now what Adam does here is he does the reverse of it, and it's almost got a little bit of a country kind of sound to it. So, or more folk style, right? So it matches the sound. So instead of going down like this, he goes up. All right, so here's what this lick sounds like, and it's all over just the one chord F sharp. All right, so what I'm doing here is playing the 10th fret on the second string, 9th fret on the first string. And I do a little bluesy bend there on the middle finger. And this is classic blues stuff. Then it goes up 2 frets. Then it goes up 1 fret. Now here I go a little bit further on the bend. So this is more of a blues bend. And then here, I'm actually trying to get up a half step. And that's, you know, for those of you who do ear training and stuff, that's the flat 5 into the 5th of the F sharp. It's that kind of sound. So now the trick here is you bring up that middle finger, you bring it back down, and then you bring it up again. So you get this like, that kind of feel with it. And it's just subtle, right? So you end up getting this, which again is back to that thing I learned from Kenny Burrell. You just bend into it. It's such a cool little tasty idea. Here it is again over the groove. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3. There you have it, 3 super tasty licks for soloing over Give Me One Reason. Again, this song is called at blues jams all the time. It's called by singer-songwriters or cover bands, and so it's definitely one you want to know. Now, when you're familiar with the fundamentals of the blues, then learning songs like this gets so much easier. And if you've struggled with that, then go to johnmclennan.com/bluescales and get your hands on my free blues scale PDF guide. On this, I'm going to show you 5 chords and 5 scales to map out the entire fretboard for blues soloing, and you'll see that these patterns that we learned in this video fit right into those scales. So just go to johnmclennan.com/bluescales and grab that now as my gift to you. As always, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you might like this one next.